The next question. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Zahid. I'm from Pakistan. I have a passion to learn and understand the Quran. I have listened to many talks of Dr. Israr Ahmad. In the last verse of Surah Luqman, it is mentioned that there are 5 things that only Allah knows. One of them is that what is in a mother's womb. But nowadays there are scientific methods to know what is in a mother's womb. How can we justify this verse? This is also mentioned in a hadith. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the glorious Quran in Surah Luqman, chapter number 31, verse number 34. Inna Allah indahu ilmu sa'ah. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has the knowledge of the hour. Inna Allah indahu ilmu sa'ah wa yunazzilul ghayth. And He sends down the rain. Wa ya'lamu ma fil arham. And He knows that what is in the womb. Wa ma tadri nafsum madha taksibu ghada. Wa ma tadri nafsum bi ayyi ardin tamut. Inna Allah alimul khabir. And no soul shall know what he will earn tomorrow, and no soul shall know in which land he will die. For Allah is all-knowing, well acquainted. In this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that there are 5 things that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has knowledge of. The first is that when will the hour occur? No human being can say for sure that on so and so day it will be the day of judgment. No human being can predict it. The second is وَيُنَزِّلُ الْغَيْثِ, and He sends down rain. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows when it will rain. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that when it will rain. And today we have the weather forecast, wherein they predict. Certain people might say, the weather forecast, it predicts the rain. We very well know that the weather forecast, many a times it is wrong. It predicts that it will rain at so and so time in so and so place, and it is the contrary. It does not rain. And even if we agree that the weather forecast is right, what does the weather forecast do? It looks at the signs, it looks at the clouds, that the clouds, they are dark. It looks at the weather, and based on these signs, it says that it will rain in so and so place. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He shows certain signs before it will rain. Sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He shows the signs. For example, the clouds are dark. So what is great when they see that the clouds are dark and then they predict that it will rain? I challenge any weather forecast or weather bureau to say that, for example, after 50 years or after 80 years, that it will rain 100% in so and so place and at so and so time. They cannot. It is only a mere prediction and assumption regarding the near future. For example, they predict it will rain tomorrow or it will rain day after, etc. So only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge when it will rain and where it will rain. And the third is وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْأَرْحَامِ, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what is in the womb. And many translations, especially the Urdu translations, they mistranslate this verse and they say that only Allah knows the sex of the child, the gender of the child. But nowhere in this verse of the glorious Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that only Allah knows the gender of the child. It does not say this in the verse. It refers to rather other things regarding the child. For example, what the child will become once he grows up. Will he be a good person? Will he be a bad person? Will he be a boon for the society? Will he be a bane for the society? Will he become a robber? Will he become a doctor? Or will he become an engineer? And no person can predict this when the child is born, that he will grow up and become so and so human being. So this knowledge is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the fourth is وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ مَاذَا تَكْسِبُ غَدًا, and no soul shall know what he will earn tomorrow. And many people, they think that earning, it means earning money. But this verse does not specifically refer to earning money, but it generally refers to earning something that, for example, the sawab that we will earn because of the good deeds that we do. For example, if we do certain good deeds, we do not know for sure how much sawab we will earn because of the good deeds that we have done. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows how much sawab we will earn for the good deeds that we have done. And the fifth is وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ بِأَيِّ أَرْضٍ تَمُوتُ. And no soul shall know in which land he will die. This knowledge is only in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No person can say for sure that he will die in a particular land. This knowledge is only in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these are the 5 things that are mentioned in this verse of Surah Luqman, chapter number 31, verse number 34, which says that these 5 things only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has knowledge of. And one among them is what is in the womb of the mother.